Hello there. I know this seems a little bit odd, but welcome to my bathroom. I, I wanted to share with you one of the other ways in which I experience the proms and share with you a special moment in the BBC proms. If you just bear with me, I just need to turn something up. Can you hear that? I hope you can. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit more. This is Beethoven 9. It's the annual Beethoven 9 performance at the BBC Proms. I have to confess, God say don't tell anybody at the BBC this. Don't email Roger Wright. But I don't actually know who the band is playing, and to a certain extent, it doesn't really matter. Because that's not really what's important about this. What's important is that it's Beethoven 9 at this point in the season. Hang on. Yeah, so it's important that it's this point in the season, because the other confession is that this is one of the reasons that I don't know who the band is playing, is that I'm actually a little bit tired of the proms. That is because we've reached this point in the season. Happens every year. Friend this week said exactly the same thing to me. You say the same thing every single year, but I know that come the beginning of the proms next year, you'll be full of enthusiasm. It's true. You reach a point in the proms where you just go. But at the same time, you're also thinking, no, hang on, the proms are going to come to an end. And even though you know it not to be the case, there's this sense that actually, when the proms comes to an end, all classical music finishes. There is no more classical music in the world at all. You won't be able to hear any classical music at all. That isn't true. Obviously, you can. It's very good. But it's just a slightly melancholic moment that, you're both tired and also a little bit fearful about the end. You don't want it to come to an end. Excuse me a moment. And that's the thing. And also, because it's Beethoven 9, and Beethoven 9 seems to sort of fall, as I recall, seems to fall at the same time in the season, sort of fairly close to the end. There's a thing about Beethoven's music which is really quite refreshing, and the thing about Beethoven's music is that when I was at university, I used to really hate Beethoven, because I had to study it. I had to study his Sixth Symphony and Pastoral Symphony, which is lovely. It is lovely. It's full of lovely tunes, but when you listen to it loads and loads, it just becomes really quite boring. And that was the thing about Beethoven, that because I've studied it a great deal at university, it became really, really boring. And so I went off it. Similarly, a colleague who I worked with last year used to sort of pour scorn on any programmes that were all Beethoven programmes, because any too much Beethoven became quite dull. But the secret to Beethoven, in case you're interested, is that you have to sort of starve yourself of all Beethoven's music and then stumble on it by chance. And then as soon as you stumble on it, you will suddenly feel completely and utterly refreshed. That is the secret to Beethoven, and that, I think, is why Beethoven 9 is programmed at this particular point in the proms, because it's like a marker. It's like the final run towards the last night of the proms. It's ending the period of enthusiasm for the season, and it's marking the beginning of the final run to the last night, and almost a signalling of autumn. And that's my top tip. That's my top tip for listening to Beethoven. Just starve yourself of Beethoven. Don't listen to any other Beethoven the entire year. Only listen to Beethoven 9 at the proms at this point in the year. oh, make sure you have a beer. Because it's okay to drink during a concert at home.